We start this week's look back in time in 1994 as one of the newly installed border markers blows in the wind, leaving residents and officials concerned.
Last night, police and local residents looked on with concern as one of the newly erected border markers twisted and swayed on its base.
If somebody gets killed out of it, it'll deserve the city, responsible.
A few city officials were at the scene to make a quick inspection last night. Today, they admitted they are also concerned.
There's certainly more movement in the towers than we'd like to see. Whether it's structurally sound or not, I think it's a concern to the public.
Breco admits one of the towers appears unsafe, but a further investigation is needed. The tower in question is one of two that had to be refitted with a second base plate after the first plate failed to fit. But there are other concerns about wind resistance. Weather officials say last night's wind speed averaged about 40 kilometers per hour, a fairly average evening for Lloydminster. Alan Inge says he is concerned the towers may not be able to hold up under very windy conditions.
It was Wednesday or Thursday, there were 70-kilometer winds. They were a lot more than this. So, and they only put these two up Wednesday night. So it's pretty serious.
City officials are sending a videotape of the moving marker to the Edmonton construction company behind the project. Today, company officials told the city they will investigate, but they continue to stand behind the safety of all four border markers.
And in 1998, residents in Dewberry are angered when a town symbol is vandalized.
In the grand scale of things, Dewberry is just a small black dot on the Alberta map. But anyone in the sport of chuck wagon racing knows exactly where the Midwest town is. 2 years ago, the 500-some residents in the town decided to take on a unique project that would combine the town's great spirit and the rodeo sport for which it's so well known, thanks to the likes of Buddy Bensmiller.
Something unique. It's our Easter egg or our pierogi, and we're known for that. We have a host of chuck wagon races that are coming up on June the 13th and 14th, I believe, and this was very much a part of that.
Their project, the world's largest fully functional racing-style chuck wagon. But today, something is wrong with the picture. Sometime overnight, the wagon tarp was stolen, and before long, the word of the vandalism was all over town.
For lack of better words, they were pretty ticked off. We really don't care if it comes back in a cardboard box on the steps of the village office, but I think it's an important thing to get it back. Something like that is part of a community enhancement thing, and when you look at the side of that wagon and you see all the nameplates on the wagon and the people who contributed to this thing, it's a sad thing to see community spirit being ripped apart by something as foolhardy as this.
The tarp is worth about $1,500, but that's not what's important to these people. The wagon promotes Dewberry, not only in its year-round spot at the end of Main Street, but also as a popular display at parades and events in the area. Residents worked for 2 years fundraising and planning to make the monument a reality, and they feel cheated.
It's a lot of hard work to get these initiatives off the ground. And the worst of it is when something like this happens, it makes the next initiative that much harder to get going, because people can easily say then, well, what's the point?
Many believe it was a prank by youth in the area, possibly part of grand festivities. But people here aren't laughing. They want their wagon back to the way it was, or the community and the chuck wagon races next month just won't be the same.
This has been another edition of This Week in Retrospect.